So, just wanted to let you know that we're
in Ireland!
Hi, how are you today?
first Guinness in Ireland. That's delicious.
How was your first night in Ireland?
Good.
Good. Did you have a big sleep?
Yeah, I had an awesome sleep.
So this is our dorm room in the hostel. We've got 6 bunks. First night in Ireland. We were so tired yesterday, so we all slept pretty well last night. Eli wound up on the floor because his bunk bed, which is that one above Lynn's, squeaked like crazy. But the move to the floor, thanks for demonstrating, Ben. The move to the floor worked out pretty well. We slept for close to 12 hours, I think. Not bad. Now we're going to breakfast in the church.
Here we go.
Okay, we promised everybody that we would also record the hard times. This is me trying to drive on the opposite side of a car, on the opposite side of a road for the first time. We literally got our rental car like 2 minutes ago, and this kind of sucks. Okay. I'm doing this while it's fresh. If you're ever going to decide to learn how to drive on the opposite side of the road, I would suggest you maybe don't rent a car in downtown Belfast and try to drive out of town in rush hour. That was hectic. We made so many wrong turns that we started counting the correct moves that I made, and every one that I got right, I earned a pint. So I'm at least getting a couple of pints tonight. How was that for you, Linz?
Oh my gosh, that was stressful. Thank goodness that we don't take it out on one another, but it
came close.
It was close. Oh my gosh. It was so stressful, and we didn't understand the signs, and the GPS couldn't keep up with how quickly the turns had to happen, so then we kept missing turns, and oh my gosh, and then we had no idea what the speed limit was on the M2, and so we were going slow, so I'm sure we were making a lot of people upset. Anyways, we're at a grocery store.
Yeah, we're at a grocery store now. We're gonna get some dinner. Anyway, that's probably the last video for the day. We're beat. See ya. Hey Eli, what just happened to you?
I fell in, well, an ocean.
How'd that happen?
I slipped on a rock.
You slipped on the rocks and fell into a little tidal pool. And now you are all wet, including your one pair of shoes.
Hopefully they dry fast.
Yeah, you might be wearing wet shoes today, but we'll go back and get the rest of you changed anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right, we're at the Giant's Causeway.
Further from my widowed home, take the road that sets it to the sun. Waiting for my skin and bone to return.
Why do you think this is called the Giant Causeway?
It kind of looks like a giant caused this, and then it's a way, kind of like a path.
Yeah,
My days
that
are
could be,
long.
buddy.
Take me back to when the night was young and another song was sung. What of all those pretty tales, the ones that took me to this door? Is there comfort in the siren's wail, a comfort upon this wooden floor? Tell you, is it a failure to forget the ones you once held dear? But I try to
Top of the world in Ireland.
remember, but my mind is no longer clear.
I just have to say, this is the most picturesque parking lot I've ever had the pleasure of parking in. We are at the Carrick Areed rope bridge, but we're a little late in the day. It's a little after 4, and they ration the tickets so that I think only 8 people can go on the bridge at a time, and the next tickets are for more than an hour from now. But there's still some pretty beautiful walks to go on while we're here. My goodness.
You recognize me, I fall and fall, far from the tree. The roots came off, I tore my knee, they twisted round. I made no sound, no sound. And would you ever doubt my love when my day is done? I lay down my body within this earth I've won. And would you try to follow the roads I had to walk? There's a whisper in the willow, from there you'll hear me talk.
You enjoying yourself, Linz? Yeah. How do you like Ireland?
I love Ireland. I would live here.
Yeah.
On the coast.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous.
What do you have on your leg, Eli?
Stinging nettle again.
Stinging nettle.
Like in
Twice.
1 minute.
Yikes.
Twice in one hike.
How does that feel?
It's horrible.
Did you learn a good lesson today?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I probably will get it again.
But you know what stinging nettle looks like now?
Yep.
Yeah? Alright, so at least if you see it, you can avoid it. So we were at the park in Port Stewart yesterday and met a really nice lady who just told us kind of serendipitously we're here at the same time as the Coleraine Kite Festival, and so we came here today and it's this huge green space on the ocean with all these kites and food trucks and rides. It's amazing. Oh, Owen's photobombing. Honestly, we've been waiting for a sunny day to get some footage of just the lush green landscape here in Ireland, and we're on our drive back down to Belfast, all along the Antrim coast. They call it the Coastal Causeway. Anyway, we finally got our sunny day, and the landscape is just out of this world. Alright, so we have arrived in Belfast and we're staying at an Airbnb that's in Sailortown, which is really right next door to where the Titanic was built way back when. I kind of feel like it's a little bit of a rough part of town now. There's basically kind of a small highway that runs right in front of our place here, and it's a little bit out of the town core, but the way they've done up this Airbnb is really nice. We're in kind of the nicest, the master bedroom. I'll just give you a little tour here. Pretty fancy. 4-post bed, king size, antique furniture. Pretty nice. It's a narrow home, kind of stairs everywhere. We're gonna go upstairs and show you Jake's room. That's out the back window. And this is the steerage Titanic Sailortown room.
We steer the boat.
You steer the boat. There's Ben and Jake, and they have their own little skylight.
The beds are so bouncy. I'm the steerer.
You're the steerer?
My room is the sailor room, so I'm the sailor. I'm the sailor.
You're the sailor on what?
Well,
What's the ship called?
the Titanic.
The Titanic. Why is it called the Titanic?
Because it's really similar, because it has a whole bunch of books on it, and like that picture right there.
Yeah. That's the Titanic. And why is our Airbnb themed on the Titanic?
Because the Titanic was built here.
Yeah.
And the Titanic Titanic Museum is in Belfast?
That's right. The Titanic was built just a few hundred yards from here.
Yeah.
We're working out in Belfast. Alright, so just finished a workout in Belfast. We found a park not too far from our Airbnb. I think one of the most fascinating things about this is that the entire park is surrounded by fences that are probably 20-25 feet high. And I read about another park in Belfast that has similar fences, and they were erected because of the conflict between the North and the South a couple of decades ago. And so even though that conflict is largely resolved, the fences remain. It's pretty interesting. Have a look. Just around the entire thing. Okay, am I blushing? I feel like I'm blushing. So, about 30 seconds ago, well, I'll go back a little bit. About 10 minutes ago, we tried to check in for our flight, and little machine for Ryanair said the check-in's not available for this flight yet. And we are a little bit early, so we came and had a seat. We're just sitting in the airport now. And then Lynn's asked to look at our paperwork. And, well, what did you say to me, Lynn?
Okay, well, first of all, it is my brother's birthday today. He is turning 40. His birthday is August 8th. I'm looking at our flight info and wondering why it says August 9th. And then, because we are like holiday mode, I don't know what date it is ever. So we have left our Airbnb a day early.
In Belfast.
In Belfast.
And we're in Dublin now.
We're now in Dublin at the airport, 24 hours ahead of schedule. Way to be eager beavers here. So we're not really sure what we're gonna do. I guess we are going to figure that out. At least we are early. We did not miss a flight.
So we need to find accommodation here in Dublin for tonight, I guess. That's really all we can do, because it's not worth paying for bus tickets all the way back up to Belfast and then come back down here again. It's a 2.5-hour bus ride and about £65, which is about $130 Canadian. All right, so there you go. It's not all easy.
Mistakes happen.
Oh, that's embarrassing, but oh well.
Mistakes happen to everyone.
Can you say that again?
Mistakes happen to everyone.
They do.
Especially us.
Yeah, definitely.
We're getting out of Ireland.
Where are we going?
Czechia.
Good for nothing is the name they'll remember me by. Done nothing with my life, and no one, I'm just living to die.